بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Welcome to EduPark Learning Hub. Today's our topic is HCF and LCM. We have chosen this topic because many of our students got confused while dealing with LCM and HCF. They find difficulty that how to solve the LCM and HCF related problems, especially word problems. So, before going on word problems, first of all, we will try to learn the concept and idea of HCF and LCM, what they are. So, before going on HCF and LCM, especially LCM, if we are talking LCM or least common multiple, we must have an idea of what is multiple. Assume that you have an apple and each time these apples are being added. So what they are basically multiples of atom. So what multiple means that you are going to increase the things each time. Now for HCF, what is divider or factor? HCF means highest common factor. So before going on HCF, we will learn what is the concept of factor or divider. So factor or divider means that you are going to divide the things. It means you are making things smaller. Each time you divide and each time you have a factor, it means that you are dividing the things and making them small and small. As you have a chain and if you break the chain, it means divide the chain, and divide the chain means you have two factors of this chain. Now LCM, we'll learn what is LCM. LCM means least common multiple. The least common multiple of two numbers is the smallest positive number that is multiple of both. What is common multiple? Before going on least common multiple, let's try to understand that what is common multiple. A common multiple is one that is a multiple of two or more than two numbers. For example, you have one thing, one star, and another shape, hexagonal shape, hexagonal star that have 5 corner in the pink shade, and one that has 6 corners in the blue shade. Now we have multiple of stars both, and we get a time that we have common among two. So the first common is our first common multiple, and after the same interval we find that the shape in red repeat itself, so it is the second common multiple, and after the same interval we have third common multiple. Each time we going on, the process going on of our multiples, we have even large multiples. Now let an example of least common multiple. First 10 multiples of 12 and 15 are as follows. We consider two number 12 and 15, and their first 10 multiples are here. For example, multiple of 12 are 12, 12 into 2, 24, 12 into 3, 36, 12 into 4, 48, 12 into 5, 60, and so on. Now 15, for 15, 15 2s are 30, 15's 3s are 45, 15's 4 are 60, and so on. Here you can see that 60 is the common multiple for 12 and 15. And after the same interval, after the same number of multiples, we have 120. That is the common multiple of 12 and 15 again. You can see that what is 120? Basically this is the multiple of 60 also. It means the third common multiple will be 180. That is also a common multiple of 60. So first multiple is very important to find, and this first multiple is called least common multiple because each time we go on finding multiples, the multiples goes and increases. It's a finite process, so we always find the first common multiple, that is the least common multiples. Here you can see that we have shown 12 and 15, both two numbers with a block, blue block. Now each time you get multiples, you add blocks, and for 12 and 15 both, and we have shown you the common multiple of 60, common multiple of 15 and 12, that is 60. Here the area here is blue. Next common multiple, that is 120, and the area for the next common multiple, that is the second common multiple, is shown by the pink blocks. Now we were to find the least common multiple. So the first least common multiple is 60, and each time we are going to expand the multiples. It can be a finite process, and each time we find a larger multiples than previous one. Now we are to understand the concept of highest common factor. Highest common factor is also called the greatest common divisor. It is the largest integer that perfectly divides two or more given numbers. Divide. Yes, divide means we are going to thing decreases. We are making things small. So the highest common factor HCF is the highest integer that perfectly divides two or more given number. It means we are making things smaller each time. We will assume the same example we have for the LCM, least common multiple. Here are two stars. Now when we find their factors, we divide it, and the stage comes when the both two shapes have the common shape, that is the divisor. But each time you can see that as you proceed the process, as you proceed the division activity, you get smaller shapes. Now here again, the first common divisor is larger, but the second common divisor is smaller in size. You can see here, this is greatest and this is smallest, and if we move on this process, continue this process, you will find the even more smallest factors. So this is the greatest smallest factor here. Now from the example of blocks and numbers, we will take the example of 12 and 15 again. We have found the common multiples for 12 and 15 and the least common multiple. Here we will find the highest common factor. The factors of 12 are here 6, 4, 3 and 2, and the factors of 15 are 5, 3, 1. You can see that the highest common factor between 12 and 15 is 3 here. So this is the greatest common factor or the highest common factor. Here in example of block, you can see that we have shown again 12 and 15 both numbers by block group as we have taken in the previous example. And now when we have divided this block into its factors as are shown in numbers, we find this. Here is 12, 6, 4, 3, 2, and for 15 the factors are 5, 3, 1. Each time factors are going to be smaller in number. So the greatest common factor here is 3, that is shown by blue region, light blue region. So what is the difference between LCM and HCF? basically LCM is a multiple. So we are going to expand the things as you have seen that the common multiple for 12 and 15 was 60. Okay, that was larger in number. And HCF is divisor, so making things smaller. As we have discussed that when we found the HCF of 12 and 15, it was 3, smaller in number. Now discuss the case again by block. Here is block for 12 and 15, and this is your LCM region, this is your HCF region. Now compare LCM with HCF. HCF is found by small blue blocks. This is your given number 12 and 15, and you have found their LCM that is very much larger than 12 and 15 block. This is the block of 12 and 15 here. And the HCF, this is very much smaller than the numbers. Actually by name it seems that the least common multiple, this is a smaller thing, because of word least we got confused, and by the word highest common factor we got confused that this is a thing very much large or higher. But this is not the case, because if each time you are going to find the multiples go on increases, so the first multiple is the least multiple, but this is very much higher than the given two numbers, and each time when you divide the things and get factors, so the factor is greatest, the first factor you found is very much greater, and each time when you find the factors you go on dividing the things. So don't get confused by the word least and highest, because this concept creates problem in while we are solving with word problem. In word problem we got confused what to find, highest common factor or least common multiple. Now you can see here, this is your highest common factor HCF, and this is your least common multiple 60, and this is the region of 12 and 15 numbers. Now LCM is a multiple of number, it's always bigger than numbers, while HCF is divisor, so always smaller than number. You can see that if it is the block of 12 and 15, then LCM is very much larger than 12 and 15, this is 60, and your HCF is 3, that is very much smaller than 12 and 15 because it is divisor. The very interesting point we know for HCF and LCM is that the HCF of given numbers always divides LCM. What it means? That if your LCM is 60 and your HCF is 3, so this LCM 60 must be divided by HCF, that is 3. So we can divide 60 by 3 and can get 20. The one more interesting thing for HCF and LCM is that the product of two numbers is equal to HCF into LCM. It means that the product of two numbers is exactly equal to the product of HCF and LCM. You can find it by yourself that your number are 12 and 15. The product of 12 and 15 is equal to HCF, that is 3, and the LCM, that is 60. So 60 multiplied by 3, that is 180. So the product of 12 and 15 is also equal to 180. Hope you have understand the concept. Stay blessed. In next video we will show that how to find the HCF and LCM for you. Okay, goodbye.